I woke up this morning to news of the failed assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we practice with our firearms, so that we don't miss. There are a lot of people right now on both sides of the aisle who are cursing up a storm and having hissy fits and going on and on about how this is unacceptable and inappropriate and what a horrible thing and how glad they are that Donald Trump is safe. Bullshit. I'm sorry. I find it very difficult to feel bad for the guy. This is what he wanted. We are talking about a man who called upon his followers to engage in a violent civil insurrection and essentially rebellion against the peaceful transfer of power after he lost the last election. And in that violent riot that he incited, several people lost their lives, including a member of the Washington, D.C. police force or something like that. I'm not sure of the details. It's been a little while, 3 or 4 years. But this is what you wanted, Trump. This is what happens when you stoke the flames of violence and insurrection. Trump went out when he was campaigning the first time, before he became president in the first place. The man said that he could get away with, I could walk out on Fifth in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody right now, and people would let me get away with it or something. That's the kind of thing that this leads to. What just happened? I really don't understand why anyone's surprised that somebody took a shot at him. I don't understand why so many people are upset that somebody took a shot at him. I'm glad this guy took a shot at him. My only disappointment is that the guy missed. Donald Trump is a traitor. He tried to start a civil war when he lost the election to Biden. Now, I am neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm an American. And frankly, I don't like any of the options that we have to vote for in this election. The last time round, I voted for Biden because he was clearly the lesser of two evils. And I'm tired. I'm really tired as an American citizen of being told that I have a choice between fascism today, Donald Trump, and socialism today and fascism next week, Joe Biden. I'm a free-thinking, sentient human being. And as far as I'm concerned, both parties are equally guilty of subverting the Constitution and suppressing American freedoms and civil liberties. And that has got to end. And Donald Trump is a violent, angry, bitter megalomaniac. He's seriously mentally ill. Biden is clearly showing some signs of cognitive decline. And frankly, Harris, who, if Biden becomes president, will wind up being the president before the end of the next term. And she's a man-hating radical feminist who is trying to take away everybody's Second Amendment rights. And I can't vote for any of these people. I'm not surprised that somebody took a shot at Trump. Why are you? You know, why is it a bad thing? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this guy, whoever he is, I haven't even heard his name yet. I mean, this is still very fresh. As far as I'm concerned, this guy's a hero. He's a patriot, taking action to protect American democracy from a would-be fascist dictator. I'm proud of him. This man died a freaking hero. And I can't get behind this political violence has no place in America bullshit, because it does. Donald Trump started that. Donald Trump brought the current wave of political violence to America when he called for his supporters to rebel on January 6th, leading to the deaths of several innocent people. So condemning this action doesn't make sense. I'm not surprised, and I'm really not disappointed. I hope the next guy has better aim. It won't be me. I want to make that very clear. I have no intention of taking action on this myself, but I'm not going to be disappointed if somebody else does. When somebody else does, because I'm sure that this is only the first, and it won't be the last. The man is dangerous. He is a clear and present danger to the Constitution of the United States of America and to the freedom and democracy of this nation, to the freedom of the American people. And anyone who thinks that this man who has actually claimed that he would like to be a dictator for a little while, his words, he actually said that. If you think that he's the best person to be in charge of the most powerful nation in the world, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you that you think that this liar, this convicted felon, this sex offender, this rapist, this fraudster, this scam artist, what is wrong with you that you think that he's in any way fit to lead this country? He's a traitor. His actions on January 6th proved that he's a traitor. And yes, traitor applies. Traitor is narrowly defined as someone who gives aid and comfort to the enemies of the United States of America. Well, he's really good at giving aid and comfort to himself. And he is the enemy of the United States of America. The fact that he's got so many of you fooled into thinking that he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, notwithstanding. I just hope that the rest of y'all wake up and realize what a danger he is before we all lose our freedoms and our lives. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the guy missed. You can hate me all you want, but this is my First Amendment right, and I will express it. I will use it. Trump is a danger to himself and others. He's a danger to America and to democracy and to freedom. He's a danger to justice. The man thinks he's above the law. And he's put people in positions of power to ensure that he is. He stocked the Supreme Court with yes men who were beholden to him, who wouldn't be in their positions if not for him. And got a little quid pro quo there. Does anyone really think that rule of law shouldn't be the rule in this country? For those of you who don't understand what I mean by rule of law is the concept that no one is above the law. No one. Not the poorest of lowliest welfare breeders, and not the wealthiest of wealthy, entrepreneurs and titans of giants of industry and business, and not the President of the United States. Congress, no one. No one is above the law. That is the underpinning of our entire judicial system. Our whole society is dependent upon the understanding of rule of law. That not even the President of the United States is above the law. I mean, that's why our nation's founding fathers fought a violent, bloody civil war against the lawful government of their time, King George, to establish a nation of freedom, democracy, and justice based on rule of law. Why? Because King George thought that his word was law and that he could do whatever the frig he wanted. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? Donald Trump. We have a serious problem in this country with cognitive dissonance and people who hear lies enough times that they believe them. Trump is really good at lying again and again and again, telling the same lie over and over and over and over until people accept it. And I'd like to point out that particular tactic of political influence and brainwashing, and that was developed by the Nazis. I forget what her name was, but she was the chief propagandist for Hitler. Brilliant woman. And Goebbels, I believe Goebbels was in there too, but I think he took over from whoever the woman was. But a lot of the stuff coming from Trump's in Trump's playbook was taken directly from Hitler's playbook. This man's rise to power mirrors so precisely the rise to power of Adolf Hitler. It's frightening. The historical parallels are uncanny. And oh no, we're not supposed to compare Trump to Hitler. Well, I'm sorry. There's a comparison there to be made, and I'm going to make it. And a lot of other people are going to make it, have been making it. The man is dangerous. And he's leading this country down a road that we don't want to go down. And anyone who thinks we do want to go down that road, you're part of the problem. Now, political violence has no place in our society, in a civil society. Our society hasn't been civil since Trump took office the first time. I'll be damned if I'm going to let him take office a second time. I don't like Biden. I don't like Harris. I can't stand them. I hate them almost as much as I hate Trump. I was going to vote none of the above this election, even knowing that this was going to essentially hand the Oval Office back to Trump. And part of me wants to say, let it burn. Just let it burn and we'll rebuild afterwards. The problem is, I don't want to go through the gauntlet that has to happen in order to get there. I will if I have to. But I still would like to avoid a civil war in this country. Because there's there's no guarantee we'll come out on the other end the right way. And there's just no guarantee that any of it will turn out well. In fact, it'll cause a lot of damage and a lot of chaos and a lot of death. But, that's where we're heading, folks. That is where America is headed. It's already started. We're already in a quiet civil war. America's going down the tubes. And people like Donald Trump and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and Mitch McConnell, they're the reasons why we are where we are. We need integrity in our political system, and I don't think we have that anymore. I have no faith left in the American system of democracy. It's too broken. I'm still gonna work within it, unless and until things start getting bloody. I will work the system as long as I can, but I don't believe it's gonna work. And anyone who thinks that what happened to Donald Trump today or yesterday was a bad thing, you're wrong. This is what you wanted, Trump. You wanted things to be violent. You just didn't want them to be violent towards you. When I go into chat rooms and I hear and I see people talking about, hunting liberals and getting ready to go to war against your fellow Americans. The only good liberal's a dead liberal, they say. It's just ridiculous. The vitriol and the anger and the poison that is being directed at the left side of the aisle. Do you really think that people are not going to look at that and feel threatened enough by that rhetoric to take action? What the fuck's wrong with you? That guy that shot Trump today, this morning, yesterday, whatever, I don't even know when it happened. He's a patriot. The man is a patriot, was a patriot who died doing the wrong thing for the right reasons. Congratulations, Trump. You got violence. And it's not over, I'm sure. This is just the first. And you started it. Now you're going to have to deal with it. That's it.